UFC 287 is in the books, and it was a much awaited rematch between Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira for the middleweight title. It was a rivalry that started from kickboxing, which extended into the UFC, and finally, it was Izzy's turn to return the favor to Alex. Pereira had been 3-0 up in the rivalry so far, and no matter how many times Izzy tried, he never got successful. He hurt him in multiple occasions, both in kickboxing and in the UFC, but never got the finish that would have cemented his legacy. In UFC 287, Israel Adesanya knocked out Alex Pereira. He knocked him out cold, and he left him frozen like Elsa. Throughout the build up to this fight, right from the press conference, this was the most focus that we have ever seen Izzy. He was locked in. He was ready to fight. His self confidence was at an all time high. He never doubted himself, and he knew that he had it in him to defeat Alex Pereira. He always hurt him, but somehow Pereira recovered and won that match. But this time around, he promised himself that he would not let him breathe. However, despite the knockout being one of the best knockouts you'll ever see, it was also a mistake from Pereira. It was a trap that was well set by Izzy. He lured him in and then went for the home run and landed a great right hook. One right hook couldn't floor him, and it was the second right hook that absolutely left him frozen. It was a bad knockout. When the match began, it was Alex again who was targeting the legs of Izzy, and he was compromising his movement yet again. Alex Pereira is one of the most brutal leg kicks in the UFC. If someone can actually hurt Israel Adesanya with leg kicks, then one has to remember that he is probably very good at it. And like the first fight, Alex was continuously getting on to Izzy's legs. He had a very good first round. He was hurting Izzy in the stand up as well in the second round. Izzy was fast, he was aggressive, he was trying to knock out Alex with every shot. Very At the very end of the second round, when Alex had him against the cage, he opened up on him. It looked as if Izzy was hurt. Alex went for the knee, then for his left hook, and we all know when he goes for his left hook, he leaves his chin exposed. He often gets away with it when his opponents are tired and when they are hurt and aren't able to capitalize. But Izzy played possum. He was baiting Alex in, and all of a sudden, he landed a terrific overhand right. It was a similar right that he landed in the first fight. Pereira got away with it because it was the end of the round, and one few more seconds there, then he would have been knocked out. But this time around, the same thing happened, and it was little more time left, and that was all that Izzy needed to knock him out. It was a rookie mistake from Alex Pereira because if he looks at the fight, he would be disappointed because the fight was going pretty much the way he actually planned. He was nullifying his movements. Had he been a little bit more patient in the later round, it would have bore fruits. But the night was all about Israel Adesanya. It was Stylebender's night. He couldn't be denied. And he finally got the revenge that he had been hoping to get for 5 years. It was a fitting end to the rematch. Now, Alex Pereira gets a test of his own medicine. And probably it's a big wet cut for him as well. Dana White said in the press conference as well that Alex might move to 205 pounds next because he had 2 pounds to go and an hour left. The cut is so huge for him. it obviously compromises him a lot. And that can be shown in his chin, his ability to take shots. He has a very good chin, but Izzy managed to take him out. Izzy was the happiest after a performance like that against your worst nemesis. To put up a performance like that is one for the ages. It just shows that if you have confidence in your own abilities, then the sky is the limit for you. One thing that Adesanya has in plenty is self-confidence. He never doubts himself. He is the best in motivating himself up, and he himself is a very good counter striker as well. Right from the moment that the match got announced, Israel was preparing. He didn't leave any stone unturned, and it was evident in the celebrations. Alex and Izzy, they are the two best fighters at 185 pounds. They are the two best strikers. They are the two best kickboxers on the planet. And if they face each other 100 times, the result would be very close because no one has hurt Alex Pereira the way Izzy has, and no one has hurt Israel the way Alex Pereira has. He was hurting him tonight as well. Make no mistake about it. Even in the press conference, Israel acknowledged that he was hurting his leg. His leg was hurt. When once again, like in the first fight, his movement was getting compromised. So he has to switch his stances. If only Alex had been a little more patient and hadn't made a rookie mistake to rush in, probably the result would have been different. However, it's on to the next fight for Adesanya. There are plenty of challenges in the middleweight division. Someone that goes by the name of Khamzat Chimaev has already raised up his hand. But Adesanya would be over the moon, and a victory like that against his worst nemesis in Alex Pereira would only make him 10 times better. And for the rest of the middleweight division, they should be very scared because a defiant Adesanya would be even harder to beat. Let me know in the comment sections what you feel. And if you like the content, please like and subscribe to the channel.